Ladies and gentlemen, so there is a tradition here to be late on everything. So we are holding to the tradition, but now we are starting a part of the reception that is devoted to IOCARIBE. And let me invite our dear Ariel. Well, you know him as esteemed chair of IOC, but he is my good friend. So, you know, Ariel, the floor is yours as the chair of IOC. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Vladimir. As I mentioned earlier today, it's a real pleasure to be back here in Paris with all of you. Having this in-presence meeting is really, really important. You know, I must confess something. I've seen that when a chair ends his term, he is given as a present the gavel. And I thought after this years of pandemic, I would be given either a mouse for my computer or a webcam. And I would become the first virtual chair of IOC. But fortunately, I was able to come back and we had this in-presential meeting. And it turns out that it is now 40 years from the decision of the Assembly establishing IOCARIBE. So it's a perfect opportunity to start 1 year of celebrations of this hard work. And I had to write some things down because I went through the history and I found out that, of course, the work in the region goes well beyond this 40 years. And I found out that back in 1968, we had a cooperative investigation of the Caribbean and adjacent regions, IOCARIBE. So that was a project that was patterned after the International Indian Ocean Expedition. But then in the region, they found out that their needs, their requirements, the problems were slightly different. So they changed the concept of IOCARIBE. And a few years later, back in 1975, they were the first ones to propose IOC to have a different type of subsidiary body. It was an IOC association for the Caribbean and adjacent regions, and being the first of those associations. And we started with IOCARIBE. That was the name of the association. And it was for 6 years, but it was so successful that in 1982, the Assembly decided to establish the subcommission. And for now more than 40 years, they've been doing a great work, putting together member states with common interests in the Caribbean and adjacent regions. And I can remember many things, but they have been doing an impressive work in terms of tsunami warning, with their exercises, having tsunami-ready communities, with the IOCARIBE goose and the observations and the support and the studies of climate change, problems like harmful algal blooms in Ciguatera, or a more recent problem, sargassum, and the capacity development with the establishment at the beginning of Ocean Teacher Global Academy, and even before OTGA, of a high-level center in Santa Marta at Invermar, and supporting the whole Latin American region, as well as activities as the Caribbean Marine Atlas, or the intervention in many other activities. So this is a great opportunity to start the celebrations of such a great work of one of our regional subsidiary bodies, IOCARIBE. But at the same time, it's a good opportunity to celebrate the presence of our dear friend, esteemed friend, Cesar Toro, whom I've known for many years now. And we had several discussions and more than one argument. But it was the only one that when I arrived here in Paris would look at me and say, Ariel, ¿qué pasa? With this sign saying just, hey, ¿qué pasa, Argentino? That was Cesar Toro, the first one to talk to me that way. And I still remember that. And I will not tell the time when he organized a meeting in Buenos Aires and I was chair of a program and he never told me. So I went back to him in plenary when we had the meeting here at the Assembly. But nevertheless, we are good friends. So it's good to have Cesar here, who has recently retired after 20 years of hard work. Out of the 40 years of IOCARIBE as a subcommission, the last 20 years were under the direction of Cesar, and we thank you all for that. Thank you very much.
It's a perfect height here for this, you know. So, and the second speaker, and I hope that second speaker is ready. So will be Arnulfo Sanchez, who is the chairperson of IOCARIBE, who is joining us from Panama. And let us just make the miracle, you know. We learn how to make it during this COVID time. See, now, let me, and Arnulfo should some.
No, you have to do it in Spanish.
He will be doing this in Spanish. We have.
No, I mean, you have to clap.
Clap in Spanish. Like that.
Clap in Spanish.
Okay. Good morning for everyone, dear members and delegates, members of the Executive Council of the Oceanographic Commission of UNESCO. For me, this is a great pleasure and honor to address you as IOCARIBE chair, and thank you for celebrating the 4th anniversary of our subcommission. I want to thank you, Vladimir Rabinin, for all your support during recent years. Also to thank our chair, Ariel Troisi. I would also like to express a special thanks to our ambassador of Panama to UNESCO, Mr. Elia Guerra, and to our friend and outgoing secretary of IOCARIBE, Cesar Toro, for all their commitment and support in these 20 years. Добрый день, дорогие друзья. Приветствую всех и хочу поблагодарить вас за присутствие на праздновании 40-летия нашей организации IOCARIBE. Хочу выразить вам благодарность от всего нашего подкомитета и всех наших Гран Карибе и включающих в себя районов. Спасибо за внимание. Estimados amigos, buenos días y buenas tardes. Ni eso es todo. Buenas tardes, París. Buenas tardes a todos los miembros del Comité Ejecutivo por estar aquí, celebrando y conmemorando los 40 años de nuestra subcomisión de IOCARIBE. Para mí es un gran honor ser el presidente de la subcomisión de IOCARIBE, de nuestro Gran Caribe y regiones adyacentes. Agradezco a todo el staff de la oficina de la COI-UNESCO en Cartagena, Colombia, especialmente a Patricia Wills, Vianes Palacios, Sandra Vargas, Alex Palomino, por todo su apoyo incondicional durante estos años. También quiero agradecer al gobierno de Colombia por apoyar la sede de la subcomisión en Cartagena de India desde el año 1986. Darles las gracias a todos los estados miembros de la región de IOCARIBE, a los científicos y expertos de nuestra región que nos apoyan diariamente, a todo el staff de la COI-UNESCO en París por su apoyo constante. Somos una gran familia unida, decidida para seguir trabajando en el cuidado de nuestros mares y océanos. Quiero agradecer para terminar a nuestro amigo, a nuestro hermano, nuestro consejero y secretario saliente, César Toro, por todos sus años y todo su empeño durante estos años de dedicación, sacrificio de familia y todo el esmero que ha hecho para que el Gran Caribe avance y siga adelante. Gracias, César. Te agradezco y te agradecemos, creo, en nombre de todos los técnicos, los científicos, los que estamos al frente de las delegaciones, tu trabajo y tu esmero. Nuevamente, gracias a ti, hemos avanzado y esperamos que pronto tengamos un nuevo secretario. Entonces, quiero agradecerles a todos y que pasen y que brinden en nombre de IOCARIBE y pronto celebraremos ya los 50 años, dentro de 10 años. Gracias y un abrazo a todos, se les quiere de gratis. Saludos.
Спасибо большое, Арнольфо. Thank you so much. Gracias. You know, I have this glass, and the gentleman doesn't have the glass. And that is the reason why I look like I look, and he looks like he looks. He doesn't drink, and he leads a very happy, healthy life. And there is a reason for that. And the reason is among us. So, Andrei, you have to come here. Yes, please come in. Because, you know, I have my boss, but she's around. She's somewhere else. Well, my current boss is, of course, Ariel. But you know, having good care, having happiness is very important. So, you know, this is a very happy couple, and I'm very glad that you're here. And you know, this today is very special for Cesar, because yesterday I handed to him a medal that came from United Nations. In the United Nations, if you work for the organization for more than 20 years, then 25, then 30, and then there will be, I know very soon, some people who will work for 35 years, then you're given a medal. So yesterday he got the medal. But you know, this is not the last thing that you're going to get, Cesar. So Isabel, could you please hand to me that certificate? So this, let me just read the certificate. So it reads as follows: Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission of UNESCO. When I came here, I was unable to pronounce this, but I can do it very quickly now, like Spanish commentators. Intergovernmental Oceanographic Commission of UNESCO. So, certificate of appreciation presented to Cesar Toro Vanegas for his contribution and a 20-year commitment to the mission of IOC UNESCO and its subcommission for the Caribbean and adjacent regions. There is this our logo, and apparently there is ugly signature of Executive Secretary. So Cesar, congratulations, and thanks for what you have been doing for IOC, for UNESCO, and that was something very special.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Well, yes, I think that long life to IOC. This is the first. I have the opportunity to, and the honor to work for the half of these 40 years, over 2 decades with IOCARIBE and in the Western Tropical Atlantic in general. I think that that is one of the best solutions that you member state took 40 years ago in order to reach the core of the IOC mandate, is to be close to member states, to understand that the different member states and different regions, they do have different needs and solutions. So that is one of the important instruments that IOC do have right now. I also have the possibility to see the transformation during these 20 years in the region, and also what life has came to us during these 20 years. So I am really proud of having part of the history. And last year, one element that is extremely important that you are discussing these days during the Executive Council, and you are going to mobilize that, is the importance that member states have been working very hard and engaging in the development and implementation on the UN Ocean Decade for Ocean Science for Sustainable Development. This is a critical element. And the way how you are, and all of us, we are going to engage in the UN Decade will define the future of the ocean, and more importantly, will define the future of our planet. We are not talking about, we are talking about here a new way of seeing our civilization. This discussion is not about how we monitor, how we can fish more, whatever. What you are doing now is important for defining the new civilization of the humankind. And the starting point is to be engaged deeply in the implementation of the UN Ocean Decade for Sustainable Development. Again, that will define the future of the ocean, and by doing that, the future of the planet. So I am really honored and pleased and deeply touched by your words, and all my colleagues. I really know that you will like very much go back and have a drink. And I understand after a long day of discussions. So I would like you to recognize the importance of the support of all you member states, and in particular, the government of Colombia, who have been hosting the secretariat for over 30 years. So that is extremely important. And also, I would like to recognize my team in Cartagena, the Patricia Wills, Vianes Palacios, Alex Palomino, and Sandra Vargas, who has been instrumental in the implementation of the programs of IOC in the region. And also, I would like to stress that IOC and all its subsidiary bodies, and in particular, IOCARIBE will be instrumental in this post-COVID-19 era for supporting and contributing to the socioeconomic development and recovery of member states. So again, thank you very much, Vladimir and all my colleagues here, Ariel. I wouldn't repeat some of the anecdotes that Ariel has been doing, but we have quite nice discussions. And as he said rightly, some difference. But what's important is that we always came after the reflection and discussion to a solution. So again, keep in mind that what we are doing is simply defining the future of our humankind by sustaining the ocean. Thank you. Thank you very much.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is not yet over. So there will be a video. Okay. So maybe then you can introduce. You know them better. Yes. I know all of them. Of course, you know. So Patricia, Yanis, Sandra, Alex. But you know, so let's see what is going to happen now. So. And so there are many other friends here. This is absolutely wonderful. So that's just doing the video right now, and then they will speak. So there will be a little video now, and then the staff of the IOCARIBE office in Cartagena will speak.
Desde París y desde la sede de la UNESCO quiero, como secretario ejecutivo de la Comisión Colombiana del Océano, enviar un saludo muy especial con ocasión del aniversario de nuestra subcomisión. IOCARIBE es supremamente importante en todo lo que tiene que ver con los aspectos relacionados con transferencias de tecnologías, con la generación de capacidades y sobre todo con la continuidad de los diferentes planes y proyectos de la Comisión Oceanográfica e Intergubernamental de la UNESCO para nuestra región. Muchas felicidades.
Congratulations, IOCARIBE, on your 40th birthday. Thank you so much for your leadership and for all your achievements. Wishing you all the best as you continue to influence and shape the science and innovation in the Caribbean region for decades to go. Long life and all the best to all of you.
IOCARIBE, congratulations on your 40th anniversary. Even before the establishment of the tsunami and other coastal hazards warning system for the Caribbean and adjacent regions in 2005, IOCARIBE was already bringing together experts and countries to take on the world's most dangerous waves. 17 years later, IOCARIBE is still dedicated to a safe ocean. IOCARIBE is more than an office, scientists, officers, delegates of countries. IOCARIBE is a family that is united, motivated, inspired, and working for a better ocean. Thank you, and keep up the great work, and we will reach the ocean and the Caribbean we all want.
Un cordial saludo para todos los componentes de la subcomisión para el Caribe de la BOI. Yo quisiera saludar sinceramente la celebración de este aniversario 40 para todos, que seguramente será tan feliz como lo fue cuando se creó la comisión. En particular, quiero celebrar a César Toro y a Patricia, que mucho han ayudado a la creación de esta subcomisión. Muchas gracias.
Building on its first 40 years, IOCARIBE is now a leading regional co-convener for the UN Decade for Ocean Science. To build the ocean we want, IOCARIBE will scale up regional science capacity, support climate-smart solutions for a sustainable ocean economy, and protect biodiversity, save lives and livelihoods through multidisciplinary and inclusive partnerships.
40 años de IOCARIBE, se hace el camino al andar. La importancia de la región del Caribe en lo multicultural, en lo estratégico, en lo geofísico, en sus recursos marinos, hace el trabajo de IOCARIBE especialmente relevante, tanto en el pasado como en el futuro, en la creación de capacidades, en la producción de información científica marina y en la interlocución con los habitantes de las zonas costeras para proyectos de desarrollo. Todo esto desde la histórica Cartagena de Indias. Felicitaciones, bon anniversaire.
Muchas felicidades, IOCARIBE, por estos 40 años de gestión exitosa, dedicada a apoyar el estudio del océano y los procesos de la región del Gran Caribe. La asistencia técnica, el desarrollo de capacidades, son actividades de gran importancia y han sido fundamentales para mi generación. Con esta, países participantes como el mío respondemos con investigación científica marina de calidad en apoyo a las necesidades apremiantes, locales y regionales, con el cual retribuimos este gran esfuerzo. Muchas gracias.
En nombre del grupo ANCA, Algas Nocivas del Caribe, quiero felicitar a IOCARIBE por sus 40 años. Agradecer al equipo de trabajo por el liderazgo que han tenido, el cual nos ha permitido posicionar aún mejor el tema oceánico como motor de desarrollo en la región del Caribe. Feliz cumpleaños, IOCARIBE.
En este año en que tenemos el gran placer de celebrar los 40 años de IOCARIBE, quiero agradecer a toda la gente que hace de IOCARIBE la verdadera voz de COI en nuestra región. Felicitaciones especiales al presidente Arnulfo Sánchez por su incansable labor a frente de la subcomisión y un agradecimiento muy especial a César Toro y Patricia Wills por todo el apoyo que he recibido en todo momento. Muchas gracias.
Congratulations to IOCARIBE on your 40th birthday. It's been my pleasure to participate during the last 25 years, and I've enjoyed meeting many new colleagues, working in new places, and hopefully helping to make some positive contributions to the countries, the people, and this part of the world ocean we care about, the Caribbean Sea. Here's hoping for continued success and many more years of leadership.
Greetings to IOCARIBE on this 40 years. I became first involved in the late 1980s and continued to be very active through the early 2000s. I served as both president and vice president during many of those years. It was a difficult time. There was never a lack of talent throughout the region in ocean sciences, but there were a lack of resources to enable that talent to fully be utilized. One of our greatest achievements was bringing the LME Caribbean program to the region with significant resources. Today, there are many more people involved. The talent base has expanded, as has the resource base, but still not enough. We need to continue to seek the resources so that talent can be fully utilized to address the regional problems. And we also need to see that every person, no matter where they are, has the opportunity to follow their heart in the marine sciences and ocean sciences and address the major problems that the region face, which these sciences can help provide solutions. My best wishes to IOCARIBE in the next 40 years.
Hello, my name is Joe Naughton, and I am with NOAA and from the United States. And I just want to take the opportunity to recognize and really congratulate the work of IOCARIBE these past 40 years. IOCARIBE is the true embodiment of collaboration, and the work that they do in the region, but for the IOC writ large, is critical. And I just want to thank and congratulate everyone involved.
It is a great pleasure to address to you as part of the staff of the IOCARIBE Subcommission on the occasion of the 40th IOCARIBE anniversary. As you might recall, during the 12th session of the IOC in November 1982, IOC member states approved by Resolution 1216 the establishment of the IOC Subcommission for the Caribbean and adjacent regions, IOCARIBE. And in this year, 2022, the subcommission celebrates 40 years, many years, many good memories. So we would like to thank on behalf of all of us and the subcommission for all the support received from the member states, scientists, experts, friends, and colleagues, and especially to our former boss, Mr. Toro, for inspiring us to be better every day. Also, special thanks to Mr. Arnulfo Sanchez, our chair, for supporting us all the time. Also, to Colombia for hosting the office since 1986 and providing the Colombian contribution and seconded personnel from the Navy assigned to our office to help us with the multitasks that we have. Now we have Alex Palomino, he's Alex, and Sandra, but Sandra, she is on maternity leave now. So I believe she has connected, but she was not able to come to the office for this meeting. Their help has been instrumental for delivering the work. And of course, to our colleagues in IOC for helping us on all the administrative issues and for their patience as well. Great colleagues and also close friends. And last but not least, to my special colleague and just about sister, Vianis is my colleague who has been with me since the very beginning of the subcommission. And yes, we were younger, and yes, we were single, we didn't have any kids or anything. But here we are, and we will keep the hard working, and we request all the support from you, all the best. We wish you all the best during the EC, and please keep supporting IOCARIBE. So then Vianis is going to say hi. Dale, Vianis, ya puedes hablar.
Buenos días a todos. Mis más sinceras agradecimientos y felicitaciones a todos los coordinadores de proyecto, a la mesa directiva, al gobierno de Colombia, porque ha hecho todo posible por la permanencia y el mantenimiento de la oficina de IOCARIBE en la ciudad de Cartagena durante 36 años, que se ha caracterizado por el desarrollo de las ciencias marinas y de los océanos. También mis más sinceros agradecimientos a todos los colegas de la oficina de París. Muchas gracias por esta oportunidad y hasta luego.
Have a drink on our name.
Of applause. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is nearly the end of that little ceremony. I have to say that the office was working because of the gracious support of Colombia. Colombia, thank you. Please go on. IOCARIBE is only 40 years old. 40 years is just the age when, you start doing good things and becoming, I think, wiser. So also, I would like once again to thank you, Cesar, for what you have done once again. Your wonderful team in Cartagena. And I have to say, in IOC, we work on the ocean. We work on different projects, and we start as partners. But there is a rule. No matter what happens, we always finish as friends. So, dear friends, enjoy the party. And happy 40th anniversary to IOCARIBE.